Hello, my name is Becky Jensen, and I've been a member of St. Jude since 2016. I first want to say congratulations on your journey. You're about to embark on something that will stay with you your whole life. And you'll discover, too, that the Holy Spirit works in mysterious ways. I actually took a 25-year break from going to church. I grew up Catholic, baptized Catholic, made my first reconciliation, my first communion, went to Catholic school, and then one day my parents left the church. People disappointed them, so they never returned. But my mother prayed to St. Monica the whole time that I would somehow find a way back and that my faith would be restored. And it came true, but in not the traditional way you'd think. It was odd. My daughter, out of nowhere at a funeral, she was 7 years old, asked me out of the blue to be baptized. And how could I say no to my daughter? And it'd been on my mind for a while to get back into the church. So I went to St. Jude. It's the closest parish to my home, and sat down with then the priest at the time was Father Bob and with Mary Lippert, and said, okay, where do I go from here? And then they got me started. They welcomed me in the church with open arms. I have never felt instant love like I did from those two and many other parishioners and people who worked at the church. It was really quite spectacular. And little did I know that I was about to go through some really tough times. It was like God knew I needed the church. So God placed me at St. Jude's just in time, because shortly after we just started going and getting my daughter enrolled in baptism classes, some very sad things happened in my life. I lost my mother, my husband almost died, and I lost my best friend. But during the dark times of life, you will find that if you have God in your life and you believe and He carries you, it doesn't mean that it's not going to hurt, but you will find a way, and He will find a way. And that's what happened. My faith has never been so deep going through all those things. So since I took such a long break from church, I never was confirmed up until that point. And so after my daughter was baptized, she was baptized on Easter Sunday, 2016. The following year, fast forward a whole year to 2017, at Easter Vigil, I was confirmed. And it was one of the best days of my life. I was nervous. Okay, so like I'm kind of a nervous person and sometimes didn't have a whole lot of confidence growing up. And so after I was confirmed, a big calmness and peace washed over me. And from that moment on, I was so confident in my ability to talk about my faith, to share my faith, and work on discovering what my gifts are from the Holy Spirit and how I can serve others. And so I was able to make great friendships in the parish, including Hallie, and we helped lead a women's group on Thursday nights. And I've gotten to know some other special ladies becoming Catholic. So I'm able to serve now. I wanted to share my story with you because I want you to know if things are feeling dark or heavy or sad right now because of the state of the pandemic and all the things happening in the world, I want you to know that God is there for you. And there are people like me who haven't met you, but I already love you and I'm praying for you, and that you're not alone in this. And so there's something I want to leave with you as we part today. And it's a poem. And it's a poem that was by the phone when I was growing up. This was before text messages and cell phones, where we actually had to dial the phone. It's really old, really caveman-like. But my parents had this by the phone, and I have it actually hanging in my home now. This is called Footprints in the Sand. One night, a man had a dream. He dreamed he was walking along the beach with the Lord. Across the sky flashed scenes from his life. For each scene, he noticed two sets of footprints in the sand, one belonging to him and the other to the Lord. When the last scene of his life flashed before him, he looked back at the footprints in the sand. He noticed that many times along the path of his life, there was only one set of footprints. He also noticed that it happened at the very lowest and saddest times of his life. This really bothered him, and he questioned the Lord about it. Lord, you said that once I decided to follow you, you'd walk with me all the way. But I've noticed during the most troublesome times in my life, there is only one set of footprints. I don't understand why when I needed you most, you would leave me." The Lord replied, "My precious, precious child, I love you and I would never leave you. During your times of trial and suffering, when you see only one set of footprints, it was then I carried you." So God bless you on your journey. And again, know people love you and are praying for you. You're never alone.